with us. But first, let's start with that small but sturdy succulent, shall we? It seems to appear with almost every season. You can add it to almost any decor, including fall wreaths, those fall centerpieces you're just pulling out and dusting off. Today's project takes down the cost of succulents, the care of succulents, and gives you something just as eye-catching. It's a handmade, paper-crafted succulent plant. Chelsey McNeil brought some paper botanicals to our work table today. It's great to have you. Great to meet you. So
yes,
why go faux? Why go with paper over the real thing?
So I don't know about you, but I've forgotten to water my plants one too many times, and it hasn't ended well. For sure.
Even though succulents, they say, are like the hardiest, can't kill plant.
Yes.
I've lived to prove them wrong.
Yeah. So these are made of cardstock, so they're actually going to be really sturdy. They're going to last you a really long time, and they're really low maintenance.
So you could reuse these party to party or holiday to holiday.
Yeah, they store really well.
Well, I want to ask about the type of cardstock you're using because the texture on these guys, I mean, they're jaw-dropping. From a distance, you don't even know they're fake. Then you get close and just the detail, the texture. What type of cardstock works best for this project?
So if you use an archival cardstock, for sure that's going to maintain the color that you want to have. But you can use any texture that you like. I use, more of a woven texture here for these to kind of give some warmth to the leaves.
Yeah.
Really, there's so much to choose from nowadays, so many different patterns and textures. You could really do whatever you wanted to make it fit your personality or the style of your home or environment, or even the person that you're giving it to. How meaningful would that be to give?
A gift, a paper bouquet.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, as I'm looking at these two, there's art in the way that you folded and creased and bent that archival cardstock. Talk to me about this design.
So everything that you see here was done with a tool you most likely already have in your home.
Love that.
So these were done with a round colored pencil. These were done with a wooden skewer.
Right here?
Yes.
So you're just bending the paper over the skewer.
Yeah, rolling it and rounding it around, different tools that, again, you already have in your house.
Now, are you using an electronic die cutter to make these shapes, or are you doing these by hand?
You can, but most of these that you see here were done with just a pair of scissors.
Really?
Yes.
And I'm guessing the key is layers, too. I'm seeing a lot of texturous layers in each and every bloom. I mean, can we go to the grand showcase?
Sure, yes.
Look at this. Talk to me about what went into this design.
So this definitely, there's a lot of DIY brides, I'm sure, around here.
Sure.
This can use a lot of different textures. I played around with using some ink and stamps, so rubbing ink on the petals.
So that's how you get the color fading.
Or you can, I've used even brush pens and blending with a brush pen. You can see that style here in the front.
Yes, so it just gets darker on the end and shades lighter as it goes into the center of the bloom.
Right, and then again, shaping with just everyday things you have in your house.
Oh my gosh,
so
and I can't even count how many petals are in this creation. I mean, how long did that take you?
This one actually is really, really simple. So a lot of these can feel intimidating to make, but they were designed for anyone of any skill level to make. So that could actually, you could make in about 5 or 10 minutes.
I mean, a cute floral crown for your little princess.
Yes.
I was looking at actually those for my daughter's 2nd birthday, but they're so expensive. The real ones, I thought, no way am I going to throw that cash at a 2-year-old's party, but she would love an effect like that, to be the princess that she really thinks she is, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So is it sort of that once you get the technique, once you tackle one bloom and perfect it, your mind kind of starts going with all of the possibilities? Is that how this project unfolds?
They all stem around basic techniques, basic rounding and rolling, and then coloring, styling it any way that you would like to. So yeah, there's a lot of freedom there. It's kind of fun to play around with it.
You're going to show us how to play around. We're making this guy, right?
Yes, today.
Okay, does he have a name? I don't even know.
So this is the fan aloe.
Okay.
This one looks really great with paper because it doesn't have a lot of rounded edges like this one that you would have to do. So it's a really simple one to make, probably the easiest.
So a good beginner.
Yes.
You brought your best for me. Okay. How do we get started?
So you basically want to cut the pattern out according to the lines. The lines are guided there for you, easy to go. And then I just use a safety pin here to poke right in the center of those pieces so that you can have wire to go through that. So if you want to slide, even a mouse pad even, just something squishy underneath, sometimes it's easier to poke a hole through.
To do a bunch at once if you wanted to.
Yeah, and then we just add a little bit of an end to our wire with those needle nose pliers.
So you've given
I just bend the end over there so that the succulent can hold
So it can't go anywhere.
Right.
We're stopping
Right.
it off at the gate. Okay, and what's the next step?
Then we use hot glue, and this is probably the best form of adhesive for this project. I put these on in order. So I start here in the medium and then large to small. So this medium piece is going to be squished flat.
That's your
on
center
the end
guy.
here, yes.
Okay.
That will keep it looking up straight here.
So we had the hole in the middle, so you just ran the wire through that hole, and the
Yes.
folded over kind of new side is there in the center? Okay, and then you glued it shut.
Yes.
All right, I'm following you. Next step?
Yeah, next up we've got this next big piece here. I'm going to slide it exactly the same. I've got a piece of glue on the bottom here.
So like this?
Slide it right on, yep.
Can I try this? And then you're just
Just
layering
like
them.
that, and instead of squishing it flat, I leave a little bit open, as you can see here on the table.
So the glue rests more at the bottom. So you're not seeing kind of the bulk there.
Right,
at
and
the
that'll
base.
just let it fan open naturally. The last three here, you actually just glue flat, straight across.
Okay.
And that maintains, again, that open feel without it flopping or being too closed off. So then the shaping, this is kind of where the magic happens.
Yeah.
We're going to flatten this out, so this may feel like we're ruining it. But
Okay,
you
no.
don't. You just
Okay,
easy
stop.
like
Oh.
that.
I'm like,
It may
she's a
feel
trained
like
professional. I guess she knows what she's
but
doing.
it's easy. You just
Okay.
pinch it closed here,
Yeah.
and you can see that natural fanning already happening. And then I basically curl it like I would be using a pair of scissors. So I'm using my index finger here, pretending like that's the edge of the scissors, and my thumb I'm pushing against it, and then I pull across just like you would curl, curling ribbon. Pulling that across here.
So it's
and
subtle.
Very, very subtle. It's usually these bottom petals that you just want to add in that little bit of curl.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Look, yes.
Just a little bit here.
Curl that guy.
Just really simple here. And then if you want to close it again, just to give it that texture, and
my
then fan
gosh.
it back open, you're done. It's really easy.
There's a magic in the simplicity, isn't there?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that subtle wave or that little bend, it
just
gives that
adds it.
authentic, real.
Yeah, so then, you can make as many as you want. I tried it in different sizes, and just to fill it in, and you're done. It's
This
easy.
would be so fun to play around with. I did see a shot. I want to ask you about this guy before we part ways. What's
Yes.
the dot detail on him?
This is, I used a brush pen actually with that one.
Okay.
So you just go to town on that thing. It looks like a little peppered effect that you can add to that, but yeah, it's so fun.
Oh my gosh, this is fun, and it gets your mind going as you see the different possibilities. And speaking of possibilities, you have a class tomorrow night. Any spots still available to learn how to make these paper
Yep,
plants?
there's a few more spots available at Harmony in Provo, Utah.
Okay, that's a cute little shop.
It is so adorable.
What an inspiring atmosphere.
Yeah, we'll
so
have a good time.
Call the store if you want to sign up.
Yep, you can visit my website, and there's more information there if you need that.
What's your website?
RosiePaperPosies.com.
Oh, cute name too. Cute all
Thank you.
around. Good to have you.